Yay! We're live. Pop in, say hi, let me know where you're from. Topic a day? Well, we'll wait until the moderators pop in, and let's actually do it. Majority rules today for topic. We'll see how everybody's doing in the chat and everything, and see if anything needs attention, and that's what we'll do for conversation. This weekend was my volunteer weekend. I do it once a year with Heritage Winnipeg. It's one of the organizations I volunteer with all the time. Any way that I can help them, I'm always happy to. Hi, Andrew. Pop in, say hi to Andrew. Andrew's one of my main moderators on Sunday nights. He loves to chit chat, like come in, say hi to him. He doesn't bite. But, at the same time, if you want to just kind of sit there with your cup of coffee, right, and just listen to us yabber away, watch along in the chat, right? Watch along in the chat because it's going to be an interesting. I had a couple of miracles, Andrew. I had some really neat stuff happen this week. You're going to find it really interesting. But we'll just yap for a couple of minutes as other people get their notifications that I'm on now, right? And then everybody can hear what happened. It was really, really neat. So this weekend was my volunteer for Doors Open Winnipeg. And they gave me St. Boniface City Hall this year. And they gave me the Maharaji theme hotel. It's always been a hotel for over 100 years, right? But but now it's a theme room kind of hotel. And they set me up in the Moroccan room. And I had to stand there across because straight across down the hallway from me was the Greek room. And it had a great big patio and everything facing right downtown. So you could just get a beautiful view all over Heritage Winnipeg. And I really enjoyed the one yesterday. I really enjoyed the one I did yesterday. And at the end of the day, she took me on a personal tour of the building. Like that's what we do. We give the public a tour of the building and tell the history of the building and the architecture and everything. And we do this once a year as a tour group. And because of the coronavirus, we were trying to do them in small groups of 6 and stuff. And it went really well because we got double booked and everything. And we had 2 tour guides and me. So I kind of coordinated everything on the outside and got the groups ready so that they were able to go in. And we were doing each group. We tried to do it like one every 20 minutes or so. Sometimes it ran into a half an hour. And then a couple of times, some people didn't show up because you had to pre-register for the event this year because of the virus. Some people didn't show up. So we were able to condense it into one group. So the ladies were able to take little breaks in between, one does a tour, the other one can take a break. And towards the end, we were able to do that. And then when they went in to do their last tour, I just went ahead and I just tore down the tent and I tore down all the tables and stacked the chairs and whatever needed to be done so that we could just go bang, 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 right? So it wouldn't be just like leaving her with all the work, right? And she was very impressed. So I'm glad I took that initiative to do that. But then afterwards, we got everything stored into the doorway because they were doing it again today. She was really disappointed that I wasn't with her again today. So that made me feel good, right? That made me feel good that she felt that way. So we stacked all the tents and the flags and all the advertising and the tables and everything right just in the doorway because they're going to set up again. They were going to set up again this morning. Then she took me on a personal tour of the entire building, right? It was absolutely amazing. She even took me down. This building was the courthouse, right? So in the city hall, so at the basement were all the jail cells. And then she took me to the jail cells where she couldn't take the general public anymore because it's used for storage and it's stacked high. It's never been renovated. The floors are absolutely original. You can see where all the stalls were. Even on the interior of the doors, people had carved their names into wood, plus the dates. It was really neat, right? And then she gave me a tour of the building, and then we went outside, and she dangled her keys at me, and she goes, oh, we don't usually do this, right? She took me over, and I knew the story because I could see it from the other end of the building. I knew there was an old fire hall right behind their building. It was abandoned, right? But the property is part of the building that they're in, same architect and everything, right? They're trying to sell it. It's up for sale. It's absolutely amazing. But when we turned the corner, she was going to go in and give me a tour of it. Somebody was behind there peeking through the windows and stuff to try and get a look at the fire trucks, because the original fire trucks were still in there like crazy. So even me, I'm pressing my face up against the window. I would have loved to, and I would have gotten inside too. But, she could very well take me in without offering to take them in. And that would have been kind of like breaking the rules. At that point, I was still kind of like volunteer staff. So, it would have been perfectly okay for me to go in. But, the people peeking through the windows, they were, yeah, he loved his antiques. He was there for quite a while, right? And yeah, but it was a beautiful tour, beautiful event yesterday. Today I was, I spent most of the time by myself in the Moroccan room. It was really kind of fabulous for like the first 5 minutes, right? Then for the rest of the afternoon, it was basically standing there like a doorman, right? Like, because there was tour guides already. So I was only basically there just to make sure nothing got stolen and everything, because they are nice hotel rooms, right? Nice hotel rooms. So it was basically stood there, and then I watched down the hallway, because the hallway, the other theme room down at the end of the hallway was open too. So if I saw anybody go in there, I would just check afterwards just to make sure everything was okay and everything. So, it might not have been as fun or as busy or anything, but and I didn't get any history on the building at all, except from the pictures that I saw hanging on the walls too. No, I much prefer. I'm not good with just standing around. I like to be productive. I like to have tasks. I like to stay a little bit busy. I like new experiences, right? And it didn't really give me much. I don't know how like a doorman at a hotel, right, would do, right? Like I just couldn't stand there, or those guards around Buckingham Palace, where you can't even move. All you can do is just stand there. Like I would disappear. I would just disappear in my head, and I would be gone. Just give me a tap on the shoulder when the shift was over. Let's take a look at the chat here. Oh, Kathy's here. Wait till you hear Kathy. Man, I got good stories today. Oh, right. I'm a people watcher, Andrew. I love people. I think people are so interesting. I would have thought you would find people interesting too. You don't find people interesting? I'm always studying people. I study people's mannerisms. I study people's face features, and I study. It's a safety feature. I've always had that. I've always needed to have a little bit of hindsight about what's coming, and I do that. Like I want to be able to have a short 2 or 3 minute or 2 or 3 sentence conversation with somebody and know whether or not they're a good person or not, right? I'm just that person, right? And I don't think I've gotten as far as I have, at where I'm at now by not kind of honoring that kind of trait of mine, right? Yeah, I love people. Like I love people, but I love studying people too. I love understanding people better than they understand themselves sometimes. Yeah. Right. And you think about their stories in their life, right, Andrew? You think about what kind of lives they live. And, when you see people go into the jewelry store and they just purchasing things that they like in the jewelry case. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, right? Like I could probably live for a year on that item that she's just caught her fancy. And yet I could probably live on that, right? Okay, well, let me tell you this amazing story, you guys. I picked up I've got it listed. I put it away. At my store, like I get first dibs on some of these great deals that come through the store, right? And I love outerwear. I love coats and jackets and boots, and I've been kind of keeping my eye open, especially since I packed all my coats and everything. I've been kind of looking for, a couple of nice little jackets, especially when they're so cheap, right? And I like to add to the wardrobe. And then I spotted one the other day. I spotted this. It was a tactical. Oh, okay, you guys. Sorry, I'm gonna go and get it. Just so it's better to show you than it is to explain it. Okay, so this jacket here, take a look at it. I don't know if you could read it, but it's a helicopter tactical jacket. It's like for the guys in the military who fly the helicopters, right? At my work, I picked it up for $10 because it fit really nice and it kind of looked it fit me perfect. And because my attachment to the military, because my ex-husband was in the military and I lived that life, right? And because I just threw out my poncho liner that I treated like a security blanket, like a baby blanket, I kept it. It was all shredded. It was like the cat had shredded it into a million pieces. And I kept that thing thinking, oh, I'm going to take it to the tailors. If I ever make it rich, I'm going to have patches. I don't care what it looks like when it's done, but I'm going to have it repaired. I just said no, and I threw it away. No more attachments like that for me, right? Those little, I did a few of those things. I threw out some of the ornaments. I gave out some of my mom's things. I gave them away, just anything. Just get rid of it. Gone. But look at this jacket, right? Military jacket. I paid $10. It's brand new. It's like he got it, like he bought it, or he had it issued to him. And then he just put it in his kit, right? And just left it there because it doesn't smell. It's clean. It's the only thing missing is a little snap in this pocket. You guys, take a guess. I'm going to let you guys guess without Googling it. And I think Kathy might have the answer because she might have watched my IG. But everybody else, take a guess about how much this jacket is worth. Take a wild guess, right? I'll let you see that tag again. So you can see it's authentic, right? It's an authentic helicopter tactical jacket, right? I listed this jacket on eBay. Oh, I'm not keeping this jacket, Andrew. I listed it on eBay. When I saw how much this jacket was worth, I couldn't in good faith, keep this jacket. You guys, this jacket is worth $1,000. This jacket's worth $1,000. There are two jackets, two helicopter jackets. One of them is from a hanger and has a little tag on the back, and the other one is not vintage and it's not issued, and it's got a little tag right here. $250. Kathy, you didn't watch my IG when I freaked out over this jacket. It's worth $1,000. $1,000. I listed it. Okay, you guys. So hope you guys got a pen, okay? Because jot this down. I'll give you a second to grab a pen because I want you guys to watch my auction. I priced this item for $9.99. I didn't put a reserve on it or anything. I just want to see how well it does. I just want to see how well this jacket does. Even if it's just for the fun, just for something too exciting. But my research tells me that this jacket is worth $1,000. This jacket is something that people really collect. And because it's not like, it's not a regular Army issue, right? Like it's the helicopters. It's the guys who, and there were not that many, right? The helicopters were a different breed altogether. I think the RAFs did, right? The RAFs, this could even be Canadian military. I don't know. All I know is already I've had somebody emailing me. He's been trying to do a buy it now. Yes, I put it on a buy it now for $850 US. They can buy it for $850 US, which equals $1,150 Canadian. I paid $10 for it. The universe wants me to have this. The universe wants to give me a miracle for everybody to see. You guys believe in this one, right? Somebody's going to buy this now. Somebody's going to buy this now, and I'm going to ship this up. I even charged them. I was thinking, oh, do I offer free shipping? And I said, no, Cindy, charge for the shipping too. Ask for $30 for shipping. So I asked for $30 for shipping too, right? Of course, PayPal will take a nice little chunk. I'm sure PayPal will take a couple $100 off $1,000. They'll take a pretty good chunk. I think they take I don't know how much they'll take, but I'll leave a little bit of money in the account so they can have it back. But yeah, so I've got it right here. I'm going to give you the item number. I listed it on ebay.com. I didn't list it on ebay.ca because I think it would get more coverage if I listed on the .com. But the Canadians have already found it because I've already been getting messages from the Canadians. But I want you guys to be watching it and to get excited for me, right? Because I priced it at $9.99 as a starting bid. So it should start getting bids right away. Unless somebody absolutely has to have it, right? If somebody absolutely has to have it, they'll pay me for it right away. Okay, so here's the item number so everybody could go take a look at my pictures and everything, okay? Item number 193. Repeat. 193 661. Repeat. 661 143. Repeat. 143 888 888. Oh, that was a repeat. Only 3 8s, not 6. Right? Just a quick one. 193 661 143 888. There are only probably mine is probably the only tactical jacket. So if you looked for tactical jacket, but my keywords were, if you just wanted to Google it on eBay, vintage helicopter flying tactical jacket, helicopter crew coat, chest size 42-44. Watch my auction. It's so excellent. I'm so excited. I know the universe wants to make this a Lotto 649 day. Our lotto in Western Canada is called Lotto 649 day. So I thought maybe, right, my viewers might get excited to watch it, right? See, won't that be excited? But can you believe that? It's just a little army jacket. This thing is worth $1,000. It's crazy. But it is cool looking. I have to admit, and it's mint condition. There's no wear in the cuffs or anything, right? So yeah, let's see. So I'll let you guys know because I started the auction this afternoon. So next Saturday, the auction will be over in the afternoon, Saturday afternoon. My auction will be over. So we'll know. Oh, sorry, Sunday afternoon. So next Sunday night on my live show, I'll be able to let everybody know how much I got for the jacket. Something fun, right? If I get $100 for it, I get $100 for it, right? Hopefully I got the keywords right and everything, and I got it in the right category. And, I've already had inquiries about it already, but I don't have any watches or anything yet. But we'll see. Maybe somebody will just pay for it outright and there won't even be an auction. But yeah, that'll be pretty neat. But I have those things happen to me at the store all the time, right? All the time there are things. I got 10 pieces of sterling silver for $10, like cutlery that were sterling silver. So I just put it in my milk crate because I have a milk crate. I just add the stuff that I wanted to the milk crate. And then I'm just going to take it to the gold store and I'm just going to sell it for the value on payday. So hopefully it will pay for everything that I've got in my milk crate that I have to pay for on payday, right? So that way it'll pay for everything in the crate. And then hopefully I can pick up some really good scores and be able to make a little bit of money. I think because, they said this was full-time work. It's but they promised me a certain amount of hours and they're already kind of sort of breaking that by 10 hours. And that's $100, right? 10 hours, more than $100, like $150. No, it's not that much, but still that's right. So I got to keep my eye open for either a part-time job that they'll work around, or I have to find a little way to make some money. And this seems like something I would be good at. I still have all my eBay accounts and everything, and my PayPal accounts. They're all in place still. So I'm just going to open up a store, right? 8410 Cindy is my seller name. I guess I could have told you guys that. You could have just looked for me by the seller. 8410 Cindy. Yeah, is my here. I'll just punch it in here so that you guys, if you want to go see my auctions when I do auctions, right? Because I might even put up my bottles and stuff, right? When I go bottle digging and stuff, maybe I'll want to sell those. I don't know. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm going to make a business somehow online. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that, but Owen's here too. Hi, William. Yeah. Hi, everybody. But isn't that great news? Yeah. And so Doors Open Winnipeg. Winnipeg is over now for another year. They usually have an awards dinner where we get invitations and we go to one of the big fancy buildings and they set it up with catering and everything. It's a really nice event and they give out awards and everything. But this year with the coronavirus, I'm expecting that they probably won't. Hello, Joel. Welcome. And Melvin's here too. Awesome. That's awesome. Everybody's showing up today. I wish my friend Jonathan would pop into the chat, right? I have my friend from the mentorship program. He's such a sweetheart, right? And I haven't emailed him or talked to him since the classes were over. But if he watches my video, my video later on after the lives, right? Hello there, Jonathan. I miss you guys, but I don't miss you guys. I'm happy to be back at work. Honestly, I am. I am very happy to be back at work. I'm if I got this coat for $10 and I get $1,000 for this coat, do you know what that's going to do for me? I'll be able to maybe get a little 1-bedroom apartment and might not have to live in somebody. Not like it's really, really bad, right? Like, but I would much rather have my very own place, even if it's just a studio apartment. Or maybe I could take that money and if I gave them all that money to my caretaker or to my landlord and I went and I said, hey, I'm working now, right? But I don't know what to say because they're not keeping up with their promising to how much hours I was supposed to get and everything. So I'm not quite sure if that would be a promise that I should be able to try and keep it and try and get them to give me one more chance. I think it's probably best if I use it as a deposit. And everybody, I'm letting you, Dave's here too. Wow, Dave's here. Hi, Dave. Oh, Mukau, Dave. You guys say hi to Dave. Oh, I love that you're here tonight, Dave. Yeah, did you hear about the coat I scored? I scored a beautiful military jacket for $10. I've got it listed on eBay right now. I put my seller name there. When you see that, 8410 Cindy in the chat, that's my seller number. So if you go look for my auction by seller name, that would be my name, 8410 Cindy. I paid $10 for it, Dave. Look at It's military issue. And there's 2 more up for sale on eBay. They're asking over $800, almost $900 US each for them. So I put mine up as an auction for $9.99. It's going to be a regular auction. Those are fun. Those are lots of fun. You might not get as much money. And the maximum I'm going to get is $850 US, which is $1,100 Canadian, right? Amazing. I'm so excited, right? I can't take offers because I put a buy it now. And it's free, everybody. If you guys are looking to make some money or something this month, eBay is free. All your listings are free. Even the buy it nows are free, right? So that's what I'm doing. Up to 200 items you can list for free this month. If you have trying to find little ways on how to make some money, right? But yeah, I got it listed at $9.99. I expect somebody will buy it. I think somebody's going to fall absolutely in love with this jacket like I did, right? And when I talk to my boss, right, because I put this on my list. Can you sign this? But can I have it for this weekend? Because I really wanted to wear it this weekend, right? And I wasn't too sure if I had to wash it or not. And it was brand new, like no smells, clean, right? It's like almost pressed. They took very good care of it. Somebody's gonna fall in love with that and gonna want it. So the other 2 jackets aren't even half as nice as this one, and they're asking almost $900. I'm pretty certain that somebody's gonna scoop up my jacket right away, especially with the winter coming too, right? Oh, you didn't hear that I'm back to work, William? Yeah, I'm back to work. I've been back to work for I think this is my 3rd week. I'm going into my 3rd week now of back to work. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited. That's what I think too, Owen, right? Yeah, so excited. And then if I keep getting scores like this every once in a while, that's going to help out tremendously. I'll get back on my feet real fast. But what I was saying to everybody, right, is because my birthday's coming up and I have set in motion. You guys all know I practice mindset. I practice mindfulness. I'm trying to better my life and move myself up in the world, right? And I've set goals, right? And that's how I get things done. I set goals and then I work towards these big goals, right? I just got back to work. I'm supposed to be out of this apartment on the 30th, right? I'm just going to hold on as long as the mayor says, stay where you are. I'm going to stay, right? I'm not going to let anybody push me out. And plus, at the same time, I'm going to try and stay up on how much money I owe them, right? And just show them that in good faith that I'm going to, keep paying them until they're paid off. But if I sell this coat, then I have deposit and maybe first month's rent. So I would be pretty excited and pretty grateful. But at the same time, practicing mindset and mindfulness. I've also set another goal, people. I'm doing a 2-day explore for my birthday. I've decided I'm doing it. I don't care. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm making little goals. I'm making the big goal of doing it, and then I'm going to set my goal. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I'm thinking there's a couple options. It's the middle of August. It could be quite snowy already here in Manitoba, or if I decide, because I was thinking I might like to go digging for amethysts, right? Or I might like to go up to the Dauphin area and see the Ukrainian churches again, or go explore something I've never explored before, right? Go somewhere in the province I've never been before, and just go off for 2 days by myself, right? Just request the 2 days that I want, and I'm just going to go and make some explore videos. Make us a couple of really good explore videos for everybody. It's been a while. That I've been able to set out on the road. I don't have any money. I have no idea how I'm going to do it, but you guys know me when I set my mind to things, right? Remember when I wanted to go to Minneapolis? how I got to Minneapolis, right? And remember when I wanted to go to Toronto? Remember me crying and crying, and I was so bad I wanted to go to Toronto, and I made that happen too. This isn't as big as a goal, right? But this is as important of a goal. I'm ready for a little bit of a nature to get totally engulfed in nature for a couple of days, right? Reboot that battery. I've been out in the desert now for a year when it comes to being out in nature. I mean, my walks have been absolutely lovely, right? I have been enjoying my walks, and I appreciate my metal detecting videos that give me lots of outdoors and nature. And I do watch a few channels that do get me around exploring the different parts of the world and stuff, but it's not same as me feeling it myself, right? So that's what I'm doing. So this for my birthday. So I still have 4 weeks, people. I have 4 weeks, and I can do this in 4 weeks. Maybe I can put a little bit of money away from this jacket, right? I don't need much, right? Because I'm going to go camping. I'm going to camp the way. What I need to do is figure out a vehicle. Number one, I don't have no vehicle. So if I could get the rental for a vehicle, right? And maybe, I don't know, I'll figure something out, right? Maybe I'll figure something out. Because definitely we need a vehicle if we're going to go exploring, right? Yeah. But I'll figure that out. Then. It's going to be lots of fun. And I'm going to make it exciting. I'm going to start giving it some thought. It's going to be like my work thought. When I'm at work and thinking about things, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be creating and making plans for this trip. And so that we can have a really, really nice time, and I could show you something absolutely amazing, right? I don't care what it is. 2 days of just adventures and exploring. That's what I would like. And that's the goal that I've set. And let's see what Cindy can come up with, how good it could be. Right? Right? And we'll know in a week. It will know in a week, right? Or maybe less if somebody wants to buy that coat sooner. But wouldn't that be exciting? Wouldn't that be a miracle that something like that happened to me when I so needed it, right? Just like when Andrew sent me that gift, right? A couple of weeks ago. So beautiful, right? And today on my Instagram live, I just met the most amazing gentleman. He came in and talked about his insights on life. And, he actually wanted to have like a connection with me where we could actually even talk, like, really interesting man. And somebody in my regular life, I would not have had a chance to have an interaction with, right? They would have been people I would have walked by on the sidewalk, right? I might have given them a smile as I walked by because he was a sweet man. I think I probably would have at least given him a nice smile. But he actually popped in, requested to come in live, and we had the most beautiful talk. Kathy, you should watch that video that I did, that live that I did today. It was really nice. It was a really nice gentleman. And I'm going to spend some more time chit-chatting with him. I thought he was absolutely lovely, and I got a little connection with him just in that little interaction that we had in our lives, right? In that live. But yeah, pop in and watch that one. Everybody's welcome to come over and watch me on Instagram. I'm live every single day on Instagram. And I got a nice little following over there too, right? I got a nice little following. And it's getting more and more of like what I'm doing here. The show I have over on Instagram is called What's My Good Cheer, right? And it's basically just me coming in and doing what I'm doing like right now, right? But we don't have that interaction. It's not really, it doesn't feel the same as my crew. But I guess maybe it's because everybody's so new over there, because basically it's mostly mindset and mindfulness that I'm doing over there, that I don't know, like people don't stay around long enough that you actually get to know them and have them stick around. Like I have quite a few. I probably have about maybe 80 people who actually watch my content regularly. So I've got to be grateful. I've got to be grateful for that, right? Like, to be able to impact people, by 80 people. 80 people listen to what I say, and it's an opportunity to influence every single time. It's a great responsibility, right? It's a great responsibility that I do, and I feel that weight, like not in a bad way. I don't feel that weight in a bad way. I feel that weight actually in a very good way because nobody ever expected anything my whole life, right? I was always put in my place, be seen, not heard, and just mm, a lot of introspection on my side, right? A lot of being introverted and being hanging out with myself. And, in a way, I think that was probably protecting me, right? Because I didn't give a lot of people opportunities to influence me, good or bad, in any way at all, right? I could read people almost immediately, right? I knew people who to stay away from, and I knew people well enough, things that would agitate them and stuff. So you learn to dance around things like that, right? But I was very, very lucky to know before, right? Just not to be around people that would impact me negatively. Not that that didn't happen. Of course, I had people that impacted me, but people with good hearts, but with bad habits, right? But their hearts were beautiful. Like if you were my friend, you were my friend, like and that's the problem. That's why they say you're like, and that was our conversation today in the IG, right? Was that we're like the 5 people closest to us. That's the person that we are, the 5 closest people to us, right? So I try to surround myself with smart people, interesting people, people that I resonate with, people that I feel with my heart, right? So I try to be that person. But sometimes your heart takes you, right? When you know that you either need to give up on somebody or somebody's dragging you down. We were actually talking about this the other day too. Like when somebody's drowning and you go out to save them, their first instinct is to wrap their legs around your neck to try and save themselves, right? It was kind of the same idea. Let's take a look at the chit chats here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be doing some abandoned. It has to be the highway. I'm missing being on the highway really desperately. Just being able to listen to music, kind of doing my meditative state, and do some driving, and just take in Mother Nature is what I want to do. And I want to kind of do like I'm thinking maybe not north, just because the snow might be there. I think I tried to do a birthday trip up there one year around Dauphin because I wanted to see those Ukrainian churches, and I couldn't get down those back roads because of the snowstorms up there, right? And you know me, I would try, right? So I don't think I'm going to go north, but I haven't been truly to the corner of the province, right? I usually go directly west, and I've been straight to the border and stuff. But then once I get to the border, I always try and make it up to Dauphin if I can, because I just love that area. It's one of my favorite areas in the whole province. So very rarely do I go southwest. So I was thinking southwest might be a good place for me to start. There's lots of abandoned churches, lots of abandoned schools in that area, right? Oh, David's here too. Hi, David. I am having fun, David. I am having fun. I always appreciate my Sundays, right? I always appreciate my crew here on Sundays when everybody comes in. I just love the way that everybody interacts on the live chat, right? And it goes at a nice pace for me so that I'm able to keep up to the chat too, right? Because there's a reason we call it Chatters Live. Like there's a reason why they call it Chatters Live, right? Because everybody has something to say, but it's just a matter of keeping the word, kindness in mind, right? Because that's my one word. And that's something that we have an abundance on my chat is we have tons of kindness. Like we have an abundance of kindness here. Yeah. So let's see if I get $1,000 for that $10 coat that I bought, right? I'll do good with that money. I will. It'll set me up in a new apartment, or it will kind of clean the slate maybe with my landlord. Maybe I can go there and just from the heart explain to them, and maybe they'll give me another chance if I can catch up, right? I don't know. I'm going to give something a shot, right? I'm going to try. I did list the chairs too as my kitchen chairs. So the kitchen chairs can go, but my dining table has to stay because I use it for folding and packing and stuff like that. Otherwise, I have to use my desk, and I try and keep my desk as tidy as I can. It's utilitarian. It's so there's stuff here and everything, right? But at the same time, I like it to be clean and tidy, and I like to see everything nice and well stocked. I've been getting a few designer clothes. Like this one is my Victoria's Secret that I'm wearing right now. I just love this. I love this top. I love the little hood on the sweater. It makes me feel like a Celtic nymph out in the forest, maybe hanging out with Robin Hood's crew. That would be fun. I always thought it would be fun to live in that age. But you think about it, in those days, there was no running water, there's no electricity, no digital age. Like, what a miracle as a baby boomer at 58 years old that I'm on social media the way that I am. And that I've been on social media for as long as I have now. Like, it's a rarity. I remember my mother, when we get her those universal remote controls and you hand it off to her as a gift, and she'd open up the gift and she would get angry with you, right? What do I want with this, right? Because it was technology, right? She didn't appreciate technology. And lots of people are like that. Lots of people are kind of dyslexic with the technology, or a little bit afraid of the technology. But I always think, right, it's here, digital age, and it's a way of communicating. And if I believe that I'm coming back, then I've got this under my belt, right? I've got digital under my belt. Now the comments are going. Let me take a look. I know, it's so nice. I just really I'm trying to buy some nice clothes, right? Because if I do decide to do TEDx talks or something, and I haven't even started practicing, I know my topics and everything, but I haven't been able to schedule the time into working with it. But as things get a little bit more stable, and I think I'm finding a little bit more of a routine right now. It's just a little bit of a mix, with moving and a new job and the credit, as soon as the credit agencies, they get wind that I'm working again, they're going to garnish me. I'm going to be in the absolute worst state than when I was on assistance, right? But that's okay. I have to pay them back somehow, but hopefully this little side hustle, Cindy the entrepreneur, and I'm going to resell stuff. There's a gentleman who comes in every day and he picks through the jewelry and he finds like little silver rosaries. Is that what you call them? Little rosaries with the Mother Mary and stuff etched in the silver, little medallions and stuff that's supposed to go. And those things are worth money. And he picks them up for like 50 cents a piece and stuff. And then I have another guy who comes in. He comes in a couple of times a day and he's looking for 8 tracks and he sells them for $25 a piece. And I priced them at $1. I thought, somebody buys these for $1. Cool, right? But he sells them on eBay and he makes $25 each. Got another lady who does vintage fabrics and ornaments, and it's a business. We have about 8 resellers, at least 8. Right, I'm still fairly new. I'm not talking to them really. Well, maybe a couple I have, but on the whole, they're just kind of doing their thing, and I'm just noticing their faces. And I notice by the things that they're buying that they just don't kind of suit what that person is, that they're looking at it as a way to make money. So, and some of these people come a couple of times a day. And that's good because those items are getting switched out all the time, right? All the time. We're putting stock on the shelves from the time we open up the store to the time we close the store. There's stock going on the shelves. So there's always new stock. So you never think that you're going to go into these stores and think you're not going to be able to find something to sell. Look at what I found. I found that $1,000 jacket that I'm selling on eBay right now, right? 8410 is my seller name. So if you're looking to watch the auction, if you guys want to watch my auction for that military jacket, if you came in a little bit later, I got this military jacket at work for $10. It's a tactical helicopter jacket. It's a tactical helicopter jacket that I got for $10 in mint condition. And I couldn't keep it. It was worth so much money. It would be wrong. It would be wrong for me not to sell it. So I put it on sale, starting the auction for $9.99. We're going to see. That's actually Nancy. Nancy's just sending me messages right now. Oh, she's sending me photos. Oh, I hope she's okay. Yeah, so Nancy's just sending me photographs right now. I'm just going to, it's all good. There she goes again. I'll turn the volume down. Yeah, so that was Nancy. She should be here in a moment if she's feeling okay, unless something's going on with Nancy, right? But what was I talking about? Yeah, so watch my auction. My seller name is 8410 Cindy. Cheer me on. Like, don't bid on it or anything. This jacket's going to go to somebody who's going to pay a lot of money for it. It's a really nice jacket. It's one of those jackets that everybody's just going to think is absolutely so cool, right? Every time you wear it, they're just going to think it's just the absolute. I even had people, I wore it yesterday. I thought if I was only going to wear it once, I'm going to wear it today. And I wore it yesterday. It was too hot really to wear it, but I wore it anyway. And I did. A couple of people's really, you could tell that they were admiring my jacket when I wore it, right? Oh, wow, that's interesting. See, Nancy's here. I saw your notifications. Your notifications came up on my phone here. I guess you were liking me or you were sending me pictures, right? And you were sending me pictures on Instagram, your notifications. I said to everybody, that was Nancy. She should be here in a minute. And here you are. Yeah, funny. Yeah, that's funny. I will look at the Instagram. I will, Nancy, right after the live. So excited to have you. We noticed that you weren't here yet, right? But when we got your notification, but I saw you sent me pictures, so I'm interested about going to see the pictures, right? That'll be exciting to see what you sent me it on Instagram. Oh, you want me to share them? Oh, I will share them. Oh, definitely. Nancy, I'll share them. Can I go look right now? Okay. Let me go look right now and see what Nancy sent me. Sorry, you guys, chatting amongst yourselves as I do this. Here we go. Let's see what Nancy sent me. 4 messages. Oh, what? Holy moly. The city of oh, it's not letting me share it. I'll have to download it. Yeah, I'll have to download. It's not letting me share those pictures. I tried. It's showing Seattle. Seattle is so covered in smoke you can barely see the needle. Here, let me show you guys. Can you see that? Hold on, I'll get the right angle. I'll try and get the right angle. Oh, you can't really see it because it's all smoke. That's from the fires. Is that from the fires? Yeah, I tried to hold it up. Here, let's try this again. Okay, let's hold this one up. Okay, there we go, Nancy. I got it. See, look at that's the Space Needle in Seattle. Look at that's just smoke burning near you. Are you kidding me, Nancy? Is it? Holy moly! Look at this one, people. Look at the fire. Look at all the smoke. That's got to be coming up into Canada. That smoke must be blowing into Vancouver, right? You guys, we got a system. Send me pictures through Instagram. Go subscribe to me on Instagram and send me your pictures. We got a little system of sharing now, you guys. You can barely see that. Look, you can barely see the Space Needle. Wow. Wow, just smoke everywhere. You can barely see it. But what a great idea, guys. Send me pictures. Send me pictures and just say, you can share, Cindy, right? Share it. And like we can share pictures amongst each other. That's absolutely great. And actually, that's pretty good for me because I always have a great amount of pictures. Actually, I could show you one right now. Ha! Thanks for showing me that, Nancy. Here we go. Can you see that? That was the St. Boniface City Hall that I was an ambassador for. I do volunteer for this organization, Heritage Winnipeg, every year for Doors Open Winnipeg, and that's me in my face mask in front of the building, right? Yeah. Oh, that's neat that I could do that, right? I could show you all kinds of neat pictures of me, right? All kinds of neat pictures of me. Not like you guys see, that was the booth. That was the booth that I was at. That was my booth. That's our beautiful city there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it was, and I've got to remember, I've got to take these pictures and I've got to send them off to people. I took a whole bunch of pictures for Doors Open Winnipeg and for the lady who actually hosted the event, right, in our building. So I want to make sure that she gets those pictures. So I'll have to remember to do that tonight, right? Wow, 25 minutes away? It couldn't possibly come into the city. Could it come into the Seattle? Could it come into Seattle, Nancy, do you think? Oh, wow. I didn't know that, Andrew. That smoke is, oh, wow. Nancy, we're praying for you. We're sending you good mojo. Man, you've been challenged. Have you not been just challenged? Ah. And you can't breathe. Well, of course you can't breathe. Nancy, how are you doing, though? How are you doing? You're staying in your apartment? So we could come into the city. That is crazy. I hope they're doing absolutely everything they can to make sure that doesn't happen, that fire doesn't start coming into the city. Do you have everything you need, Nancy? Like with your oxygen and stuff, will you have enough to tie you over? Do you need to get another tank? What about for chores? Do you have somebody there that can run and do some chores for you? Because if that smoke is that bad and it's moving in, like it's going to get worse before it gets better, right? The blinds closed so that you don't have to see it. Is that why? Oh, on the 15th. What is it? So you only have to go 2 days, right? I go on the 16th. On the 16th, I have my first payday. So I'm pretty tight too, but I've got eggs. I'm good. I've got eggs. I don't need anything. I've got coffee. And I've got eggs. So I don't need anything. It's only for 2 days. And if I could lose a couple of more pounds, right? But I'm just so pleased. I'm so pleased that I'm in a place where I can actually, they say if you're going to go into a job, that it should teach you something, right? It should teach you something. It's teaching me to shine amongst anybody I'm around. Number one, my job is, right? I practice that. I practice that, like you only can tell if somebody smile through their crinkly eyes when they smile, right? And they get crinkly eyes. So you have to look for the crinkly eyes when you smile. So I try and do lots of crinkly eyes and stuff, right? Spread the sunshine around. But, they say that your work should teach you something. But I think my work is actually trying to help me to get out of the hole, right? Even though it's not specifically a high paying job, we've come to see if this jacket gets sold that it could be, right? Because those kind of deals come into the store every second, every day. Every day those kind of deals come in. I'm just a little rusty about the for sure's. And I want to make sure if I spend $10 on a bundle of silver that it's sterling silver and not silver plate, right? Because there's a lot of silver plate out there, but I'm assuming they know their stuff. They've been doing this. The one lady I work with has been with the company for 50 years. She's been with the company, right? So it's kind of a nice place for me to work at. I'm getting to meet people. I'm getting to have interactions with people. And the vulnerable come into that store, right? The most interesting people. Oh, sorry. Hey, Google, turn talk back off.
Voice search button. Turning talk back off.
I have this feature, and it keeps going on by itself. And every once in a while, I have to tell it to turn itself off because it just goes on by itself. But it messes up my system, and I'm always afraid that if it goes on while I'm doing a live or something, it's going to ruin my live, right? But yeah, I've been having such interesting people DM me, right? It's very strange that I find it not strange, but I find it very interesting. I've always been somebody that got along with people of all different ages. I always have been. I've always kept myself up on trending, and I've always kept myself self-interested in different topics, and working in hospitalities and working with all kinds of different people, right? And all different kinds of cultures and different denominations and different social standings and stuff. It's made me very relatable to different types of people. And I find it very interesting, the people who DM me, very insightful, very kind-hearted, very handsome young men, like in their 30s and in their 20s and stuff. And they take such interest in actually having conversations with me, with somebody who's going to be 59 in a month. Well, almost a month, right? Say 6 weeks, 5 weeks away. I'm going to be 59 years old. I don't even feel 59 years old, right? You're 100% right on that, Andrew. Never underestimate, never overestimate. Just stay with a person in the moment, right? Just appreciate the person that they are in that moment. I have met such amazing people in this journey that I have been on. I've lost a few, right? Heartbreaking because I love them more than I love some people in the whole world. But if we can't get along, we can't get along, right? Sometimes I actually heard this today by a gentleman. Actually, did I save this gentleman's name? Yes, Sam Vaknin, right? He said something like, sometimes God tells you who you're supposed to be around, and they'll just keep hinting. Nothing will work out. You'll always have difficult times with these people. You'll have a hard time getting together, hard time communicating, right? Hard time getting along. Like the universe will do all kinds of things to show you that, that maybe that you're supposed to be going in a different direction than that person, and it's time to move on. And I have people in those lives, and usually I can move on, but some people are so close, right? They're so deeply embedded that it's hard to let go, right? It's hard to let go. But I I do now. I just try and just say whatever is going to be is what's going to be, right? Just live my life the best I can right now, right in the moment. Be optimistic. Everything is going to work out exactly the way it is. And expect to see miracles. Expect to have wonderful things happen to you, which I've been doing. And as you can see, it's been working out pretty good for me. I'm still in the same apartment. This is being here in this apartment, even with my empty shelves and stuff, because I'm packing away. Like, I still have my apartment. Like, that's a miracle. That's a miracle in itself, right? I'm being taken care of. I've just got to trust that everything is going to work out exactly the way it is. Just be mindful of others, right? Keep in mind your one word, kindness, right? Move forward a little bit every day, Cindy. If you could just move forward, just learn one thing, interact or positively impact one person every day. If you could do that, you're moving forward. You're moving forward, right? Like all of we are, just by showing up here on Sundays, right? That's, if you don't do anything during the whole week to better yourselves or make you calmer or bring a little bit of joy into your life, if there's no joy into your life, right? Our Sundays hanging out with each other. I get so much of this. I've met such amazing people. I've been giving so many gifts inside and out, right? That's what my channel's all about, right? Inside and out. And yeah, I'm looking forward on to putting on a good show for I'll be doing lives right up until the point that I go on this trip. It's only going to be for 2 days because I work, right? So maybe I can swing a third day, but that third day would probably be for rest if I were to do it. I think I could make a really good explore. Just an overnighter. Go early in the morning, go all day, camp somewheres, do another explore the next day, and then just spend the whole day driving home, getting home late at night, and then having the next day just to relax, unwind, go through the video, start getting a YouTube video ready of the explore. I'd like to do maybe a little bit of rock hounding, right? The ground might be starting to freeze by then too, so it might be not good to dig in. So I won't be doing bottle digging or metal detecting, but I think I would like to go for a drive. I'm looking forward to going for a drive, and I'm looking forward to doing an overnight camp or something nice. Maybe, if I could swing it, maybe a little motel room in some little teeny weeny town, right? Maybe I can go in and have a Diet Pepsi in the bar and have some magic conversations with people that I might not have ever come in contact with ever, right? And somehow the universe will arrange the right people to receive their packages, right? We can sit down, have a conversation, and maybe impact each other's lives somehow. I would really like to do that, right? In my interactions with people in the course of my life from here on in, is to actually, have interactions, have conversations, bump into people, have conversations, go to conferences, and go see some of my favorites, go do art galleries and museums and road trips, and right? I would like to visit other kind of churches if I can make sure. I'm not saying that I don't want to be influenced by churches, right? I like the historical, I like the community nature of different denominations, but not to be influenced to have a religion this way. Like I truly believe it takes all kinds in the world, and when God wants to show me who I am that way, then he will. But at the moment, he doesn't seem to think that it's important for me, right? It's enough. It's enough for me to know that there is a creator out there, and somehow that's enough. But I think it's because it wants me to God wants me to be able to be open to all denominations, all kinds of cultures, right? Wants me to stick to my belief that it takes all kinds to make the world, right? Doesn't want me to be prejudiced in any way to anybody. And I believe that way and I feel that way in real life, right? So how can you say one thing without alienating another group that way, right? The information that I'll pass on and the gifts that I pass on will be for anybody, no matter what your denomination, no matter what you believe in, whether you believe in Jesus, whether you believe in God, whether you're Buddha or Islam or you're Jewish or you're, Tibetan or Bahala or I'm just trying to think off the top of my head all the different religions, Buddha, Hindu, Pakistani, I don't know what they're all, but these are things that I want to study in the future, but I want to study them and I want to make sure that everybody, the Jehovah Witnesses, right? I don't want to forget anybody. The Hare Krishnas, they're all God's kids, right? We're all here, right? And the studies are the same as long as you believe, right? You just have to believe and you can move forward, right? I truly believe that. So I think that's why God has not set a rule and hasn't appeared and hasn't told me what the exact image of him is, because I have no idea. I am 100% open to whatever, but I have to be, and I'll know it. I'll know it, right? Lots of stuff has been offered to me. Lots of denominations and have been offered to me, but I want to see them all. I'll know it, right? I expect it just to be an instant knowing, because that's how I get those packages, just instantly knowing, right? Yeah. Well, why don't you, William? You have that platform, William. Why don't you do something on your YouTube channel? You're such a character, too. And the way that you're learning to speak at church, so maybe that's why those gifts have been given to you, is so that you can spread them around. I would be happy to help you, right? I would be absolutely happy to help you to start a YouTube channel if you wanted to start one, right? You could do your music, you could sing your hymns, right? You with your cassettes. You could do your gospels and share that to everybody, right? I accept absolutely everyone. My mother was a Jehovah Witness too, right? And it was hard because, she'd have those magazines and she'd give them to us in our hands, and we were to knock on one side of the block. She'd take the baby, which was my youngest sister, Carolyn, and she would knock on doors on one side of the street and we would knock on the doors on the other ones. But people would get so upset, right? People would get so upset. They would sick their dogs on us, throw things at us, threaten us, right? Just little kids. I couldn't have been more than 7 years old, right? Right? And it was the reactions to people. I really believe that people should be able to believe in whatever. Somebody is right, right? But if as long as you believe in something when it comes to something that when it comes to God, because then at least that's where you're getting your morals from, right? Right? And it's important to have etiquette. It's important to have morals, and that's where religion comes from. But I agree, like, I haven't felt it yet. I am non-denominational, but I know there is something very strongly, like, daily, numerous times a day. It's proven to me, right? So how can you say no if it's right there, right? If it's right there, and everybody has their own experiences, right? Everybody comes up their own way in their own experiences, right? In your own evolution. With me, it was absolute instant. When I woke up and I saw the possibilities for me and not the denominations, but the people I wanted to hang out with, my ideas about things. Like I knew it was instant. I knew where I belonged, right? I knew where I belonged, but religion didn't have anything to do about it. It was later on. It was later on because there was a task, right? And it was like, what do you want? What is the gift that you want? What kind of life do you want, right? And I remember saying to myself, it's understanding. I'm looking for understanding, right? Didn't think of anything. It was just a lesson I saw in a video or a discussion. And it's something I had given some thought to over the course of the week because that was part of the task, part of the lesson and stuff. And I didn't think anything of it, right? And then a couple of weeks later, it hadn't even crossed my mind. I even forgot about the little lesson or anything. It was over. It was done with. It was in the past, right? And I totally forgot about the lesson. And all of a sudden, bang, just like that, I had an instant knowing of a question, or more like a statement, but I don't know what it was. It didn't really have any personality to it, but what was said was, if you want understanding, it has to be spirituality. And that was it. It was just a sentence, right? If you want to understand, because I wanted understanding. I wanted to understand, like I never got my mother, right? I never understood why she did those things. I didn't understand why the kids took such a notice in me and why they thought it was okay to bully me. I didn't understand why I had difficulty making friends and difficulty holding on to jobs. Like I knew there was something messed up with these things. I knew there were things that weren't right, that weren't natural, that other people didn't have difficulties in, that just kind of seemed kind of strange, right? So, I just wanted to better understand people. I wanted to understand it all, right? I just wanted to understand. Understand was what I wanted. I never changed it. When I got that statement, like if you want understanding, it has to be spirituality. When they gave that statement, I didn't go, oh no, well then I don't want it, right? And I, in fact, probably got even more understanding since then, right? I've gotten more understanding since then. But nothing that said, oh, you have to be a Christian, or you have to be a Hare Krishna, or you have to be a Buddha, or, I got to choose, right? I'm not even sure if I got to choose, but all I know is I accept people for who they are, all denominations, and whatever way I'm meant to help, right? Because I know I'm meant to help in some way. There is something bigger than me attached to me, right? Like I call them packages. And you pass them off, this way, right? In the frequency of this, you pass those packages along, the gifts, right? But the best way is in touching people, right? If you're touching somebody, rubbing somebody on the back, or hugging people, or shaking hands, like giving kisses on the cheek, like things that we don't do anymore. That's why it makes me think about the tasks that are set out, and why we're thrown into this place where we're not able to interact physically with each other. Even they cut out probably the promiscuity, right? Because people are just not so willing to just sleep with anybody anymore right now, right? So we are learning. This is sending lessons, and they're scary lessons. They are hard lessons, but some of these lessons might be necessary, right? So I don't know. I try and take it for what it is. I try not to question it. I figure, if there's a lesson for me to learn or a lesson for me to pass on, I will feel the pull to that. I'll resonate with it. I'll have my intuition flare up or something. And as it is, I just play it as we go, right? Right, David? They feel the God in you, David. They feel the God in you. And that's what it is. Like us, we're meant to have those little pieces and share them the best we can. And I'm a baby in this all, right? And so I'm so grateful for you, like David and Andrew and Nancy and Kathy and William, and right, like all of you that contribute to the lessons that I get in our interactions that we have, help me to be a better person, right? And people out there, they attach them that seed of God. It's like, yeah, that's exactly what it is that they recognize the seed of God, and they congregate, and that's the way it is, right? And yeah, I believe 100%. I believe 100% has been proven to me over and over and over again. But I don't think I'm meant to preach. I think I am meant to teach. So even though I'm taking the lessons, and that also my understanding and knowing comes from the spirituality part of it, it is non-denominational, right? And it's non-denominational, so there's no religion attached to it. So in a way, it kind of makes sense that it would be the spirituality. But I would never speak badly of any religion. There are ideals that are definitely wrong, right? Like that turn the other cheek, and the way things, you have to discern for yourself what mankind put in those lessons and what God actually inspired in those lessons, right? We have to figure it out for ourselves, right? With me, it was that turn the other cheek. It did a lot of damage in my life, right? I would have woken up guaranteed at least 20, 30 years earlier if it hadn't been for that. Well, turn the other cheek. Maybe not. Maybe it didn't have affect that one in any way, but it definitely affected my sense of self-worth, right? Because I let people trample on me, right? Yeah. Really? A church like that? I think you would do absolutely amazing, William, if you took your cassettes and you took your music and your singing and you took that to YouTube. I think you would do really well, because that God seed is in you too, William. And I think you know that already, because I know out there when you guys pop in here, I know who has it just as well. I know who's helping me along. Like, I get it. I know there's etiquette and rules somehow along the way, but I try to be perceptive and I try to use my intuition to pick up the lessons where I can, right? I haven't forgotten about Manoah David, right? I even have the name properly, I think. I don't know if I pronounced it properly, right? But I remembered the Noah end of his name, right? Because the Noah's Ark. So it makes it easy for me to remember. And I've actually, asked after him a couple of times just to see if he was going to appear to me or anything. I haven't been very receptive that way yet, right? I'm working towards that. I have been working. It's good I have a name, and I've been inviting in, and I've been inviting the guidance, right? But maybe it's just not yet, right? Oh, the Pentecostals. Yeah, my mother had us in Pentecostal churches. We like the Pentecostal churches. But yeah, so that's my understanding as to religion. And I don't feel the pressure. I don't feel the need. And because I get things in knowings, right? I get things in knowings that unless there's some kind of revelation, and they come all the time, and I expect the doozies come every once in a while. I haven't had a doozy in a while, but I expect those doozy ones that impact me and change me instantly and offer me those knowings, right? They happen. So that doesn't mean the way I feel today will be the way that I feel tomorrow. I could perfectly change 100% in the way I think about things, right? But it's true. It's true. People will congregate to us, right? There are lessons, and I'm going to just allow myself to channel, right? I just give permission for that because they're gifts, the information that I send out there, keep in mind their goodness. I won't allow it, right? I won't allow the badness ever to come through me, right? I try so hard, even like growing up. When I grew up, I was around liars, pants on fires everywhere's around me. Everybody. My mother was a compulsive. Oh, my mother could lie. My mother could lie, right? My Auntie Kathleen could lie. My Auntie Kathleen could lie. My sister Tracy, she could lie. Like nobody can, right? So I'm sure I did. And I did it. I didn't like to lie, but I did lie to get myself out of squirrely situations. When I got blamed for things and I was looking for excuses, it was part of my explaining having my excuses, right? I always had excuses for things because I just didn't want to have those painful interactions with people. So I was always kind of deflecting the blame onto other people, right? And I'm sorry for that. There are lots of things that I'm sorry for, but this gift was given to me. It was another chance, right? To maybe get it right. And even if I don't know what's coming, and even though I don't know what the packages are and stuff, they will be passed out, right? They will be passed out, and they're probably being passed out at this moment, right? This is how these things work. But I just leave myself open, right? And I try to stay genuine. And because I'm aware, which is very, very rare in itself, right? To understand this, right? At the time. But, I also understand that, I had 3 types of awakenings instantly at the same time, right? I had that root chakra awakening. I had that heart center awakening. And I had one other kind of awakening that I'm just not going to mention right at this moment. But I had 3 different awakenings all in the same instant that gave me lessons, harsh, heavy, 100-mile, crazy. I didn't. Well, I know I was going to make it because I had a couple of people who were going through the same thing as I was going through. I didn't know what it was. I had absolutely no idea what I was going through. But I woke up that morning a totally different person, and I woke up that morning, and I went to YouTube, and the videos were there for me. Videos I had never even come across in my whole life. On topics I never even had an interest in my whole life, right? I'd never given a thought. But I woke up that morning questioning those exact topics, with waking up to knowings. I had instant knowings, and I woke up and I went to my YouTube, and that's what was suggested to me. Everything I needed to know, every question I woke up to that morning, there were videos for me. It was absolutely amazing. And it carried on like that for months and months and months. And it still carries on like that, but not crazy like it was. It was probably 6 months. I've had probably 2 weeks of, I don't know what's going on, but taking in the information, let's just stay open. And then 2 weeks of, this is unbelievable. Am I expected to believe this? And then 2 weeks of, oh my God, what did I get myself into? Is it too late? And then okay, Cindy, open yourself up. This is a good thing. This is a gift. This is a gift that not everybody gets. It's a long time coming. You're meant here for a reason. Just stay open to everything, and just stay open and stay honest, right? Stay honest. No lying, no cheating, no stealing, right? If I can run my brand on just those 3 things, those are the only 3 things I expect of myself. I have free will. I wouldn't have been in this horrible mess if I didn't have free will, because that was all free will that got me to that mess that I got in. But it's free will that's going to get me out of it too, right? right? They're just people like people too, right? And you know, it's your community, it's your family. Like if my parents were Hindu, I would have been in the Hindu religion, right? If my mother was very religious. My mother was very, very religious, but there was something missing in my mother. My mother, she practiced different religions, always on a Christian version, right? She was always searching for God. My mother was always searching for God. Gospel, Pentecostal, evangelist, Jehovah Witnesses. She did them all. Scientology, right? She didn't. My dad was totally different. My dad wasn't a religious man at all. My dad was a very spiritual man. My dad was very spiritual, believed in meditation and healthy eating, even though he's a 2-pack a day smoker, right? Sweetest guy, kindnesses. He never laid a hand to us. Very rarely did he yell at us, right? The only way we could tell my dad was upset, he'd bite his tongue. And if he was biting his tongue, and half the time he just did that jokingly just to tease us kids, right? Just to say, oh, daddy's mad. Why is daddy mad, right? Yeah. So yeah. Right. And it takes all kinds to make the world. I truly believe on it. And that's what this channel is all about. I think I have people on this channel who believe that they're from space. They call themselves Lemurians. They call themselves Lemurians. Beautiful people, kind-hearted and very gracious and they pray lots too. They pray too, right? There we go, Nancy. Right, right. I'll go into churches. I give everything a chance. But I love the architecture of churches. I love the historical value of churches. And because I need to understand, as part of my understanding, right? Part of my lessons, and because taking people at face value and being non-denominational and believing it takes all kinds to make the world. I think God has it as a lesson for me, right? To be open to absolutely everything. But he's not making me resonate in any way to anything, right? To anything. If anything, it makes me find the bad points. But you know, when I look at these different religions and I see the lessons are so much the same. There's a little bit of variation to each one. And then I see what those variations are. And then I think, what's the best of the best of those variations? Then that one gets added onto my pool. And I'll take that on as my own. And that's how it works, right? You don't take on everything. You don't say, hey, well, I'm going to be Catholic, right? But I'm not going. All I'm going to believe in is the holy water. I'm not going to believe in absolutely anything else in the church except for the holy water, right? But you take that on, and now that's part of your denomination, right? Your denomination. So you take that on, but it belongs to somebody else, another church, right? None of the other churches believe in the holy water like that. That belongs to the Catholic Church, right? So now you're taking that on as your own, right? And then maybe you go into Hinduism and you study Hinduism. You study the history of Hinduism and the culture of Hinduism and the actual beliefs of Hinduism. What's the same as the other religions? Okay. Now, what's extremely different? But what's the very, very best of all those things different? Oh, well, this is just going to be an analogy because I don't know, right? We don't hurt cows. We don't eat cows, right? We don't hurt cows, right? Okay. Maybe that's true. Maybe I resonate with just that one part of their religion is the cows, right? I don't eat the cows. Okay, so now I'm going to let cows free range on my property. And I've taken that on as my own, and that's now part of my denomination. I've taken it. It doesn't belong to any other denomination. I don't know any other religions that worship cows. I know the Hindus do, right? right? Just like the Jews, they don't believe in eating pork, right? I myself love pork. I could never eliminate pork from my diet. I think it's a very clean meat, right? There's no ripples, no veins, no funny stuff. Nice, pure, white, clean meat. I love pork, right? But you don't judge anybody, right? It's their culture. What I judge on is kindness, right? It's my one word. So I just expect people just try to be kind, just try to be tolerant to people, right? And that's the best you can do. Oh, okay, Andrew. And you've been to services already there, Andrew, into that church? Oh. Oh, Kathy, that's nice of you to say because I don't know if I get it right, right? And it's not like, because I study a lot of stuff, but, I try to only put out there what really I resonate and what comes from my heart, right? But I truly believe it. I believe God dispersed the packages. No question, dispersed the packages. And that's what our goal is some of us have been everything and everything. It has been everyone and everything, and that's, I guess, the people that are open that way, right? And just all of us are on different stages of our evolutions, and then as people learn things as they go along, and you take up new ideas, and then that's your growth, right? That's your evolution. Now you get to move forward, right? But if you don't learn, right, and if you don't get ahead a little bit, then there's no moving forward, and then you start moving backward, right? But Kathy, that's nice of you. Nice of you to say, because that's how I feel, right? Those packages are dispersed all over the world in all different cultures and all different religions, right? Like I even watch the ladies, like Teal Swan. Teal Swan is spirituality, right? Amanda Flaker, spirituality, right? Ralph Smart, right? Victor Otto. These are people I watch, but their spirituality, but they're also very religious. A lot of the philosophers that I watch, like this one gentleman that I was watching today, he's a religious man. What's his name? Sam Backman. He's a clinical psychologist, right? And he's a university professor in a few universities. So he lectures in universities. And then there's actually a gentleman, what's his name? Brent Brock, I think his name is, and he does emotional intelligence on YouTube. He may be religious, but he doesn't bring it into his presentations, right? He doesn't bring it into his teachings and his lessons. But emotional intelligence, being able to keep it all together without looking cuckoo, because those are the people that I have to reach, right? I can't be going off being a crazy lady. Like, obviously my personality's got to be wrapped up, but this human Cindy, okay, if we're going to say that, right? I myself would like to be known in my evolution down the road, millennials from here. It would be my goal. It would be my goal to be that human that contributed to the well-being and the movement of us moving forward the way that we are. I would like to be remembered that way, right? That would be an amazing gift, right? Right? Just to be remembered to contribute to the goodness of the world. That's all I ever wanted, right? Just a little bit of respect for maybe something that I might be able to contribute. But wouldn't that be amazing if I could be remembered, not like Elvis Presley or, Marilyn Monroe, but, something I actually contributed to the well-being, hopefully around my one word of kindness, right? And, I offer that kind of goodness out to the world, and I'm remembered for that. So that's what I would like. And in doing that, and in giving me that and letting me, I might never reach it, but just the pursuit of it, just the opportunity to be awake and to be able to pursue that is the gift in itself. And if I don't if I don't get it in this lifetime, I'm going to get it in the next lifetime, right? I'm going to come back and I will have moved there's no doubt in my mind that I moved myself forward in this lifetime. No question, no ifs, ands, or buts, right? I did it. So I moved forward in my evolution, but I want to contribute more, right? And it's how we move forward. And I'm having so much fun with this. I'm having so much fun with this. Like I said, if it's just the pursuit of it for the rest of my life, then it's just the pursuit of it. And but I can't see it. People learn every day. I open up my mouth. I don't even know what I'm saying. I just take me over, right? Say what you got to say. Get the message out there, right? It will touch somebody. It'll reach somebody, and it'll all be good, right? But like I said, it doesn't mean that it can't all change tomorrow. Okay, let me take a look at the comments before we end this live, so we can all have the opportunity to just say our little chit chats and stuff while we're here, and say our goodbyes till next Sunday, right? Till next Sunday. But in the meantime, let me look at the comments. David, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right? Sending you good mojo. I hope you're taking care of yourself and somebody's watching over you. Like and yeah, keep up with that good work. Andrew, thank you so much for popping in. And William, thank you so much. Right? Yeah, somebody who thinks with their own brain there, that's for sure, William. And see, that's what I want everybody to do, as long as you're kind, right? If you have something to say, go ahead. Everybody, just always just be yourself. Whoever you are, just be yourself on my channel. And yeah, but just be kind to each other, right? But let me just take a look here and see. I had one get hidden here. Oh, politics, right? We'll let that one slide too. It's all good. Okay, everybody. That's my live show for this week. If you want to come and see me tomorrow, I'm on live on Instagram all the time. You can come see me on live, and otherwise you'll see me on Sunday. I work tomorrow. Actually, I work all week. Keep an eye on my auction. Remember my seller name, 8410 Cindy, right? 8410 Cindy on eBay, and watch that jacket and let's see if we get an offer. See if we can sell it right away, or it can be a fun auction for all of us to have watch, because this one, I'm sure, right? Yes, God's got his hands dabbled in on this one, right? He wants me to have a little bit of abundance now. So I know I'm going to do good with this jacket. And if I don't, it's all good too, right? Just another lesson. Okay, everybody. That's it for our live tonight. Have a great night. Thank you so much, Nancy, for sending me those photos. Absolutely crazy. I can't believe that it's such a, email me. Get yourself in any kind of situation, before you just kind of disappear. If you could just send me some pictures or send me a short note so I know where to get a hold of you, and that I know that you're okay, because I'm sure we're going to probably hear things on the news very shortly. And I don't watch the news, but I'm sure that something's going to be suggested, especially now that YouTube knows that I'm interested in that fire in Washington. So I expect that they're going to suggest some videos to me, and I'll be watching and keeping an eye on that, right? Okay, everybody. Take care. Thank you so much for coming to my live tonight, and we'll see you next Sunday.